Hello my fellow vapers, welcome to Sunday Funday here on Cabin Vapers. This is my very first Sunday Funday video. And what these videos are going to look like, it's just going to be a whole bunch of random vaping topics, vaping questions, stuff I find knowledgeable, stuff I find helpful, and just some stuff about me, stuff I like to talk about, maybe some life experiences, life problems, stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing a whole wide variety of random topics on the Sunday Funday videos. So, I hope you have a little bit of fun here with me on these videos. It's going to be a little more entertaining, a little more interacting than my review videos, instead of me just showing you the uppy-closey stuff and just going through the parts and doing that stuff. I want to add a little more of my personality onto this channel and see if I can, be a little more entertaining and helpful in a different mannerism. So, today I'd like to start off my first topic as talking about I started my very first forum. And this forum is for anyone that wants to sign up, anyone that's a vapor, from your beginning vapors that just purchased your very first blister kit, to anybody that's your most advanced vapors that has all the DNA 2030 mods and knows how to wrap crazy coils and stuff like that. So this forum's going to be from anyone that's just starting to anyone that knows everything about vaping. But the thing is, we can always learn more about vaping from other people, other people's experiences, and just general asking and know-how. So check out my forum. It's thevapecommunity.freeforums.net, and I will put it in the description below, and I'll put a link right here so you can go to it and have no problem trying to find it. Now, I'm going to be on there daily, adding different threads, trying to interact, maybe doing giveaways, and just seeing who's interacting and who's trying to help other people out, and just sharing common knowledge, and just, having fun talking to other people that vape, because vaping is fun, and it's awesome to talk to other people about vaping, because you can always get a different person's experience on it. And that's what I really like about vaping. It's not a habit, it's not anything like that. I find it more of a hobby. You can go out, and if you see somebody vaping, you already have something in common. Say, oh, is that an MVP version 2 with an iClear 30 on? They're like, yeah, how'd you know? I'm like, I vape. So, it always is a conversation starter, so if you vape, please say hi. Say where you're from, how long you've been vaping. If you just quit, let us know. Congrats if you have. And thank you to everybody that just subscribed and checking out my videos. I appreciate it. I hope you feel welcome and you really like these videos here. I try to help the best as I can and add some personality and some funniness to it. So I really hope you enjoy yourself here on this channel. So talking about you guys, I first want to get into some viewer comments that I find helpful, things I find that can help you guys also. So, starting with the first one from Ant Vapes, he was asking me about different types of wicking. What do I use? What other types of wicking are out there? So when I get to my rebuildables video here tomorrow on Monday, I'm going to go through what wicking I use, how to wick my coils, and what other types of wicking I have. And then I'll go over a whole bunch of other stuff about other types of wicking, what other people may use, what gives off better flavor, all that different stuff. So I will be adding a whole bunch of different stuff within the rebuildables, from wickings to different types of Canthal to different types of rebuildable tanks, platforms, stuff like that. So keep an eye out for the rebuildables if you're interested in that. I still am really geared to help out the people that are trying to get off cigarettes and the vaping and the very beginning vapors, because that's what I find my most interested in. I've seen a lot of people saying, I'm 6 weeks smoke-free, I'm 3 weeks smoke-free, you're helping me out a lot, and that's the stuff I really enjoy. And if I can help you with rebuildables, and if you're moving on to that stage, I will love to help you and do any type of stuff that you'd like for me to do. This channel is customizable to you. You tell me to do something, I'll do it. So that's how I'm going to be working on here. I look at this channel as more of a vapors vlog, something I like to do with maybe some funniness like my Sunday Funday videos, but still doing a serious product reviews, stuff I get vape mail, giveaways, stuff like that. So I'm always going to be adding something new. As I said, I'm going to be going down to Florida because, as I said, my grandma passed and my mother needs help taking care of the house down there. So I'm going to be getting a job down at a vapor shop down there, so I will be making videos from there. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of other cool stuff regarding vaping, from product reviews to going into a whole bunch of different brick and mortars, some entertaining vaping stuff, some new stuff in the vaping world, to all the regulations in the different states, and what's going on in your state and my state, and how we can get through it and join together as vapors and push all these regulations and restrictions away from these e-cigarettes. So hopefully we can all just join together, join on the forum, join together in any way, shape, form to continue vaping and having the products that we have and we enjoy every day have tomorrow. So this is what this channel is all about. I just wanted to go over that so everybody knows where I'm coming from with my channel. Couple more reviews on here. James Humphrey was asking me about 2 different mods. He already has the MVP version 2, and as he must have the iClear 30, and I will talk about that here in a second. And he loves it. He loves the MVP version 2 along with me. I think it's a fantastic mod. It was my mod after I got my my C-Twist, and I was kind of finding myself, not really liking the C-Twist altogether. And as I moved up to the MVP, this thing offered everything that I liked in a vape. I could go low voltages all the way to high wattages. So I thought that was really cool. So with that being said, this is going to cost you around $60 with the charger, your iClear 30, and all that good stuff. So as I said, this is an internal battery. You charge the battery all itself, and it charges the whole mechanism. Where he was asking about the VTR. He's looking to upgrade to the VTR. Now, I think the VTR is a fantastic upgrade from the MVP version 2. But the thing is, that's the negative, is it's costly. It's going to cost you definitely more than MVP, because not only do you have to buy the mod, which is retailing for about $120, you can find them cheaper, about $80, depending on where you look. But you also have to purchase the batteries, which I suggest buying 2, in case one of your batteries goes dead. You always have one to put in. That's what I bought. And then you're going to need yourself a Trustfire charger or a Nightcore charger, something like that. So, it does get a lot more costly, so when you're moving up to a VTR. So, get out your vape budget hands and see what you're looking for, how much you're willing to spend on something like that. And I honestly, in my opinion, think the VTR is a fantastic mod. It's my favorite one that I own. And I don't really own too many mods at this time. I'm looking to buy more. I've tried a wide variety of different mods, but, for everyday use, I really enjoy the VTR because of many different things. And if you haven't checked out my videos on the MVP version 2 review or the VTR review, please check them out. They're pretty helpful, and I'll try to keep adding stuff that I find when I keep using these devices. If I incur a problem, something's not working right, or if I like something really well and I'd like to share it with you guys. So, thanks, James, for commenting that. Hopefully that helped, and I could add a little bit more information to what you're thinking about when you're getting your next mod. Okay, there's 2 other topics I'd like to get to here now, and they're all regarding tanks. Now, I had a comment here from Zay Vapes, and I have talked to him before about this dreaded iClear 30B tank. And what he says is, "Hey Matt, well I'm glad you sort of slammed the iClear 30B here a bit. It was disappointing to me, as you know." And he goes on to talk about how he likes the Aspire Nautilus and that. So let me add a little more of what I think on the iClear 30B. Now let me attach it here to my MVP version 2, and I'm going to give it a couple of vapes, and I'm going to give you another review of how I think this tank works after owning it now for about, I think, 2 months now. So let's give her a vape. Good vapor production, but, this tank has been giving me so many problems. Now let me list the problems that it's been giving me. Too much gurgling, to the point where juice is hitting my mouth. Now I don't know if juice is getting stuck in that center column there when it's vaping, and it comes up and it gets lodged in there, but I'm getting juice in my mouth. I don't know if a lot of you guys are incurring this, but I'm getting, like, solid juice in my mouth. And as I did the review before, and I said leave your tank upside down, I often don't. That's me. I often don't leave the tank upside down because, it's kind of unconventional to do it, but if it stops the leaking, do it. I just kind of let it like that, and boy, it was dripping out, and it's just like, like, I'm wasting my e-juice, and plus, I don't even want to use this tank because all it's going to do is leak down in my center 510 connection down there and mess everything up. The vapor production seems to have ceased pretty well. The flavor is still pretty good, but I could just use the iClear 30S if I wanted flavor. So, Anokin, that's my opinion of your iClear 30B. I'm going to give you a couple more vapes to see if it changes, but it's not. It's vaping well, but, out of the times where I say it's got to be vaping well and the times that it's not working, that's about how I would say it is. So it's kind of really off the times that it's working and the times that it's not working. So I wouldn't suggest the iClear 30B. So apologies if I ever said, go get the iClear 30B because it's a great tank. No, in the long run, it's more of a headache than it is a well-performing tank. So on another note, though, so that was my negative note about a tank. I found a new love, I met her before, and I used to, hang out with her and stuff, but I kind of separated myself. But her name's iClear, and she's 30 years old. But I'm kidding. I'm talking about the iClear 30. Now, as I was saying before, I haven't used this tank in a while. I'm not a big fan of the top fed coils and bottom fed coils, which I will get to here in a second because I have another viewer that asked me, what's the difference between bottom fed and top fed? How's the wicking differently? So I'll get to that. The iClear 30 is just a well-performing tank in my eyes. Now, if you can tell how much juice I have in there, it looks like about none. Now, why? Because I had this thing filled up and I used it all in like one day because I was just solemnly vaping the 30. Because sometimes I get kind of like sick of the iClear 30S and I just want to vape a different tank because I get kind of like ADHD with my tanks sometimes. So I filled up this tank, I vaped it well, and man, the vapor quality is not 100%. I'd say it's more of like a 70 passing, but not the greatest vapor quality. I'll give you a test here. But the flavor, the flavor is amazing out of this, and I must have forgot, it must have slipped my mind, or I haven't used this thing in a while. I have this filled up with probably one of my favorite e-juices, even though it's a little bit harsh sometimes, the Apple Fritter by D&D. It's the only e-liquid I own by D&D. But man, the flavor really pops out in this tank, and I really enjoy it. And the funny thing is, that coil head in there is a month and a half to almost 2 months old. I mean, I haven't used it too heavily within those month and a half to 2 months, but I mean, for a coil head lasting that long, this is pretty good. The coil heads are only like $2.50 to $3 on certain websites, so might be seeing me vaping the iClear 30 a little more often now. But okay, my last little topic here on this Sunday Funday video is, I forget who asked me. It would take me a second to find it here because I got a whole bunch of comments. But somebody asked me, what's the difference between top fed and bottom fed? About the coil, how does it wick differently? What's the difference? So I'm going to go through and show you both. And I'm going to use the 30 and the 30B because this is going to be the best way. Now your top fed here, as you can see, your wicks are hanging down and your juice sits in here, and you can fill it up to about right where the coil is, but a little bit below it where you can see those wicks there. Now the difference really only lies in how it wicks and how it vapes. Now it's just basically working against gravity in a way. It's pulling the liquid up into the wicks absorb the juice from the bottom, and it wicks upwards to the top where the coil lies. It's on the top. So your coil is right there, and with your iClear 30B, your coil is down here. So top coil meaning top, bottom coil meaning bottom. So that's really the difference. There's nothing too huge with the difference. I mean, besides, your coil is going to be sitting down in your e-juice, and this one with your wick, your coil, everything's in the e-juice. Where this, more likely your coil's not going to be sitting saturated in e-juice. Now the thing with this is, I do find more leaking problems within the bottom coils because, as I said, your coils are sitting all in that juice forever until you flip it over and you don't let the juice sit in the coils. So you might get more leaking problems, you might get more gurgling, flooding, stuff like that with those tanks. With these ones, you might get more dry hitch. It might not wick properly with more of a VG-based e-liquid. So keep that in mind. If you vape more of a PG, maybe this might be more for you. I don't know. I'm not a PG vapor. But if you're a VG, even VG out of these does leak. As I said, I just slammed the iClear 30B because it's a leaking son of a. It leaks more than my Pro Tank 2, which my Pro Tank 2 does leak a good bit, but as you can see, I leave this one upside down. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, if you are liking my videos and you're learning. So make sure you do that, and out of anything, make sure you vape on.